Hello! Hi, welcome to session 40 of Weir, Adynn. God, fuck me, I've been running this for 40 sessions. We are joined by only 3 out of 4 members. We're hoping that the last one will turn up at some point. He'll just appear silently, as Karik does. I've just realised that you guys can't be heard because for some reason it's not working. Wait, give me a minute. I'm getting it sorted. There you go.
We're making the funnies. Damn.
That made such good jokes. How we laughed and japed.
Okay. Okay, they should be able to hear you now, so it should be good.
Fabulous.
Everyone
oh, hi.
laughed.
Ha 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 ha
Wow.
ha.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so last we left off, Dracera, would you like to give us a recap?
Oh, I've got so many notes. I'm going to try and do it as quickly as I possibly can, but so much shit happened. Okay, so we captured 3 goons, Salazar, Vika, and Melesh. And they told us that the white Druryar person is called the Abyssal Actuary. And they don't know much about it, so they're pretty fucking useless. We contacted the assistant, and she was like, "Hey, yo, we're outside. Come find us." And we found out the magic that stopped us from coming before is gone. Amazing, great, should be easy. Lies. Right. So we found out that in the bottom of all these dips in the sort of path back, there are a bunch of, I wrote down ladybird-looking ass, 6-armed creatures at the bottom of the crevasse. And they are sound sensitive, so we have to sneak around these fucking awful demons from hell. I wrote down, Estella almost eats shit. Bugs start to come for us. They cast minor illusion traits, and we just try and distract them. Heliodor almost eats shit. They're called stone reachers, and shit like that. We finally get over. One of the people die, but they'll fucking use us anyway.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah.
We make it there, and we make a bridge across the big ravine, and we meet up with Palos, the big cow lady, and the assistant, who's another Druryar, and let them know what happened. We go back into Freywick, and we reunite the twins, and Horsoth meets up with his dwarven mates, and Dracera and Karik, we talk together about how he has this necklace that he found years ago, which is probably a key to letting an evil angel through the plains. Pretty bad. I think there's 3 keys. Who knows? Toby won't tell me. Estella speaks to the living twins, and they're like, "Hey, yo, I'm so glad we have a family," in front of Estella, who doesn't have one anymore.
Hey, yo.
No. Karik, and then Karik, Dracera, and Heliodor speak together. Heliodor makes tea, and we sort of have a big old chat, really. And we mentioned that we might go to the city of Violet Gold, which is the last stronghold of the dwarves. So the plan is to go back to ARDA, which will hopefully come across the road wizard. Heal up and set sail. Not set sail, we'll probably walk to the city of Violet Gold. And that is basically what I wrote down. Something about Fortuna and Abrahamon World War shit. I'm stupid.
No,
Thank you for listening.
you're not. Those were some comprehensive
Beautiful,
notes. That was
beautiful.
wonderful.
Thank you. I write it how I see it, you know?
Yeah, clearly.
I'm just... Thank you.
The players
Thank you.
also got a little bit of downtime in which I allow them to kind of roleplay during the period of time that they're hanging out between sessions. So Estella and Dracera had a little bit of a heart-to-heart and were chatting away to each other. Karik received a letter from his wife and is now very happy that he received a letter from his wife. And Heliodor went to go and tinker in his little caravan.
I fixed my little canary.
He has a robo canary as well.
Yeah, canometer.
Oh,
He's got mare and chronometer.
canometer, right?
Canary automata. Canometer. Did you get it? It's canometer.
Yeah,
Agony.
the more you insist upon the joke, the more I get it.
I was very proud of that.
Right, so
Anyway,
as
moving on.
as we left you, you guys have been given somewhere to stay for the night by Horsoth and his family, who is the mining sort of captain of this area. You saved him. He is not dead, unlike most of the other people in this town.
Nice.
And for that, they offered you sort of a hearty meal and somewhere warm to spend the evening. Somewhere to just sort of decompress and relax. Unless there's anything else you want to do that evening, I will say that we can kind of skip forward so you guys can take a long rest. Because it is absolutely necessary at this point.
I need one.
What do you mean?
There is a button you can just press on this thing, right?
Yeah, there is a
Yes.
long rest button. You can give that a tap.
Where is it?
It's at the top by your name, I believe.
Look at this D&D noob.
How dare you? No, I cannot see it. Cool.
Oh, you might not be... Oh, you should be able to. It's right at the top, next to your name. If you go along, there should be a long rest button. I can click it for you if you need it.
Yes, please, because
Okay.
it's not there for me. Next to my name, it is not. Nope.
It's in like there's a snip tool in chat for you there, bud.
Nah.
There you go. Okay. Right, so you guys have all taken a long rest, and as the morning breaks, you're welcome to cooler weather than usual. It's you've kind of gone headfirst into the next season of the year, the night months, and it is starting to get a bit colder than it usually is, but it's still sitting at around sort of 20 degrees Celsius, so it is cold for the average temperatures of this planet. It's starting to rain a little bit, but the morning is yours. The ARDA camp is just outside of town. What are you up to?
See, I don't have those buttons. I'm not being crazy.
Aaron, how about you get good?
I'm
Well,
so wounded.
I'll long rest for you then. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh dear. Right. So what are you guys up to this morning?
Tea.
The sun out.
The sun is out. Yeah,
I'm taking in that good fucking sun.
It's a
And
bit
rain.
wet. It is rainy, so it's kind of rainbow weather, you know,
Oh, that's perfect.
where it's kind of
Oh,
drizzly,
nice.
but it's not super cloudy. Not yet. It seems like the weather is probably going to get worse. There's kind of dark clouds on the horizon.
Big
Yes.
droplet mist. Nice. Okay, cool. I think Heliodor probably does like make himself a little bit of tea, and then we'll probably head up to Joanna's. Like knock on the door and be like, "Morning, hello."
You
Hello.
will be let in.
Lovely.
So, Joanne would be awake with her little one, and she'd let you in and sort of offer you breakfast. And she's been making, it looks like pastries, like breakfast pastries.
Oh, you are my favourite person right now. Thank you so much.
Sarah's gonna be waiting like anxiously to try a pastry.
As pastries,
it's-
I'm taking
It's
two.
it's a bacon and cheese puff.
Oh shit, she can't have bacon.
Well, it's
Damn.
there's a kind of a mix between sort of savoury and sweet pastries. So there are ones that have sort of slices of fig, what look like fig, and a bit of cream with them, like a croissant. And others that are kind of a rolled up pastry that have sort of beans, cheese, tomatoes, stuff like that, and a bit of pesto.
Oh,
You're making me really fucking hungry, dude.
yeah, I just had a fat bowl of rice and I want more now. Damn.
But she'll offer you whatever you'd like for breakfast, quite happily.
Fabulous. While we eat, I think Heliodor would probably be like, Right, so we need to go to ARDA, right?
That's the plan.
Okay, and then from there, you have a fancy coin.
Yes. Our teleportation coin. That should get us to the city of violent violent. Violent?
Violet.
Violence.
Violet.
The city of violence.
Violent? Yes, sorry, I mean the city of violent. Violent. Violet.
I believe in you. Come on, you can do this.
English is not my first language. Yes, and then we should be able to use our coin, but you're probably going to have to be the one that uses it.
That's fine.
At least
I think I
you know
could
where we're
probably.
going.
Oh, I know where we're going. We're fine. In which case, oh no, I can do that when we get back. That's fine. I'm sorry. I'm just going through my brain of what I need to do now. I need to pack up some
That's
stuff.
okay, take your time.
But there'll be some things we need to talk about certain etiquette protocols that you're gonna need to do, like just some small things, you know, nothing mad, but polite.
Yeah.
Wait. Etiquette.
Not extreme. You're new. And this city is a little, should we say, exclusive. I think over the 75 years I've been alive, I've only ever seen maybe 5 or 6 people who aren't from the city in the city.
Right.
So you can come, like, that's fine, but just be aware it's a bit of a weird thing, and yeah. Although you might be fine, and we'll look to Estella.
I mean, I can change my form if needs be.
Oh no! It's not that. It's literally just out people who aren't from the city. We're a very protective community. Our crafts are our lifeblood, and the possibility of somebody taking that or stealing it or using it in a way that it's not been intended is quite. It would be a disgrace, honestly. So I'm going on a limb and trusting you not to steal stuff or disclose any particular locations.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, my plan wasn't to steal everything from a dwarven city that's locked in, so.
It's just a concern, especially with all of the robed bastards at the minute. You know, I'm worried about my home.
That's understandable.
Mm.
Sarah's gonna be like chewing on this pastry, but she doesn't have teeth. She's just kind of like gnawing on it.
You're like gumming it. You're mashing it around in your little gob and hoping that it gets mushy enough that you can swallow it.
Yes.
You're not used to things that aren't like directly from the jungle, so fresh picked fruit, stuff like that. So having actual food that isn't meat is a bit of a first.
Yeah.
Thumb keeps trying to steal one of the pastries, only to realise he doesn't have a mouth.
That's fine, little dude.
Oh,
just
little
kind of
boy.
mush it around. Just kind of mush it round on your front, and you'll be fine.
He
Yeah.
just kind of starts like smearing the cream off of one of the pastries on his face.
Okay. I'll clean it up.
And does that feel good, little man?
Oh. One fucking brain cell.
This entire party has a single brain cell. Thumb signs at Heliodor. Why will Estella be okay?
Oh, Because she's under eyes.
What was that?
And when Heliodor Heliodor will point to Estella's eyes and point to his own, and they are exactly the same verdant green.
Oh.
Sarah's gonna like stare at Heliodor and then back to Stella and be like, you met Laz then?
Aye, the merchant. He is the one who gave me my eyes.
Sarah kind of eyes him up, gets up slowly from the table, just goes, I'm going to have some breakfast now, and walks out the door. And goes to sit in the rain and the sunshine.
Because that's how you sustain yourself as a plant.
They are not a big fan of Laz.
Oh, why not?
It's part of the Fae thing and the dealing and all those rules, and I did them without really listening to anyone. I'm done.
Okay, well, in which case, the city of Violet Gold is going to be an uncomfortable place for dear Dracera, because everyone's got the eyes there.
Oh.
So you made you did a transaction with the merchant, I assume?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So did I when I was 15. Everyone else in the city has.
So you were a dumb kid like me.
No, it's a rite of passage for my people to earn your eyes from the merchant.
Why is that?
Well, the merchant is a very powerful being who's lived in our city for centuries now, possibly longer. But we know that, well, we are very... our craft and so on is a big part of our lives, and business transactions are a big part of that as well. And so earning your eyes, making your first deal, your first business transaction is part of our upbringing and learning business. And Laz, the merchant, is part of that and has provided us with sometimes some very specific things that we might need, or general other things. But it's tradition, and it's an honor to get your eyes.
So is Laz kind of praised in this city?
Well, I wouldn't say praised, but is respected and thought of incredibly highly. You don't fuck with him, and
right.
Damn right.
And enjoy the splendor he brings.
Okay. But you see, he told me that I would need to take stuff, aka quote unquote steal stuff. And if your place is not good with stealing, then how does that really work?
Don't steal there, I guess. Steal in other places. Heliodor looks a little confused. Just don't steal there. Steal somewhere else.
Estella, roll me an intelligence check.
Alright. 20.
Nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Really? Nice.
Okay,
so
24. So,
24.
Nice.
So dirty 24. Okay, so you can gather from what Heliodor's saying is that the people that live in the city of Violet Gold are not making deals the same way you did. So rather than you giving in exchange for something constantly, it seems like a kind of a one-off transaction is made with the merchant for the people of the city, and then it's kind of like a business agreement with you as a warlock. You are doing him a duty, and he in turn gives you power.
You just got one-off payment. I pay monthly.
I'm on that subscription.
I'm on a
Say that out
subscription.
loud? Did you say that? Did you sign that? As Heliodor will kind of look and be like, just like, "Aye, but my first, the way I paid the merchant was with my first ring. I made a twisted golden platinum ring that was accepted."
Okay, I gave my name.
You gave your name? What?
Yeah, he just asked for my name.
Okay. Heliodor kind of furrows his brow. That seems. Ooh. That, for some reason, I feel like you don't have your name anymore, but also you do.
Well,
That feels.
You
What?
know me by Estella.
Ooh, is that not your name?
It's my stage name.
Your stage name? Are you a performer?
I am. I play music.
Oh, delightful. This journey has just gotten 10 times better.
For fuck's sake.
Oh god.
Oh, wonderful.
I play the violin. Look, on my back. Swings it out.
Oh, very nice. Oh, this is gonna be a great journey. Do you want to ride? Do you want to? Heliodor kind of like bounces a little bit in his chair. It's like, do you want to ride with me and play music things? Maybe. Well.
Yeah.
Yes, delightful.
Yeah.
I can play you with tea and some other things. I'm not sure what's left in my cabinets.
Pretty sure I know what tea is, and I'm pretty sure I love it.
Delightful, perfect. I've got a variety. Wondering about making Dracera tea as well. We were discussing that yesterday.
Dracera, as in Dracera is as a tea.
Aye, because we were discussing it, and it was I explained what tea was, which is dried leaves that you put in water to steep, and Dracera was like, wait, what? Because Dracera is kind of made up of leaves.
So drink Dracera sweat. Got it.
Maybe
unpleasant.
Enjoy my fluids.
It might be.
Shut up.
It might be one of those niche things that only uber rich people do, but
It
I
is.
guess we could give it a try.
Kinky, guys.
Okay.
Pinky.
Okay, before I'm banned on Twitch,
Sorry,
we're
I
moving the conversation on.
just heard the gods say something grim, so we're going to go now.
We're gonna move on before we get banned. Okay, so
I'm gonna go and hitch up Mare to my caravan. And Heliodor swiftly exits with a pastry in mouth, just
just shoveling it into his gob.
Thank you.
I will say that Karik receives a little message from the assistant saying that she will be staying in town with the rest of the relief team for the time being, because she is not finished with her studies of the adamantine just yet. Though she does sound incredibly cheery over the over the sending stone. She sounds like she's having an absolute riot. As is, the way. But you are welcome to leave whenever you'd like. Zachary will be staying with Palos, because Palos is monitoring his leg. So Palos will be keeping hold of Zach and then taking them back with the relief team when they're done in Freywick. You are ready to leave whenever you want to leave. If you guys are done, then...
Yeah.
The better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heliodor will hitch up Mare and get on.
Right.
I look down at Fum, and he just covered in like pastry cream
and jam.
I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, he's got like bits of like fig like smushed on his face, and he's just looking up at you with like his hands at his sides, just like
Uppies.
I'm gonna wash you off in the rain.
mama foo up type situation. Like, it's kind of how he's looking at you. So you just kind of give him a wipe down. Seems like some of it has like absorbed into the mushroom fiber.
Nice.
You can't tell whether or not it's just melted or he's actually somehow eating it, but it just kind of looks like he's just made a complete mess. As Thumb does. So you guys head off. I'd say it's about sort of 8:30, maybe in the morning.
Oh, nice.
As
We got an early rise.
You begin to make your way out of town after saying goodbye to Horsoth and Joanna. The trip back is about a day's ride with a night sort of travel. So it's a day and a night's travel, effectively.
Nice.
And you begin to kind of make your way back. I need to make a few rolls.
Oh, yay. We're
don't
not
have my
gonna
dice
die.
out because I'm
Have we still got the carriage with the birds?
So you still have a carriage, and then you also have Heliodor's caravan. So you have sort of the wagon that's being pulled by Squiff.
Oh!
He's here!
Hey!
I told you he'd just like terrifying appear. He just appears as the spider does. Hello, welcome.
As all spiders do.
As all spiders do. Okay, so roll. Okay. What does that land on?
God!
Dun dun dun.
Random encounters.
Yay!
I see.
Let's murder things.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Beholder.
Give me a second while I pull up a map for you guys.
Could you show us the monster and what it's weak to?
No.
Why?
Suffer.
Suck my ass.
Later.
Okay, keep reading your diary.
Right.
Oh, wait. Yes! The fucking road wizard!
Wait, what?
Adjusting.
He's the wizard.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Open in
Oh,
public.
yes.
Interesting noise.
Forgive
No,
my
sorry.
adjusting of the screen. There you go. Hello, welcome. So you're about, let's say, 4 or 5 hours into your trip. You've been making casual conversation, listening to Estella play music. Thumb has surprisingly not fallen off the cart. But you are making your way back because you've made this trip before, because you made the trip out there. It is significantly easier to figure your way back. You're just kind of following the path. And you make it back to the bridge of which you'd last crossed a few days ago on your way to Freywick. And lo and behold, stood across the other side of the bridge, clad all in red with this kind of pretty gold trim, is an older gentleman who swivels round almost identically to the way that he did last time you met him, points at you and goes, "Halt! Oh shit, it's you."
Hello again.
He's kind of looking around at you. "There's less of you. And a bear."
Hi.
Heliodor, you recognize this man. You've had quite a few encounters with this man.
Oh, Rudy!
Oh, it's you! Hello!
Hi, how you doing? And I guess Heliodor will just like get Mare to start going forwards and just like trundle up to him. It's like, oh, how's your ma?
Oh, she's good. Yes. I've been taking the taxes. You know.
How is the taxing going?
I got so much money from these guys.
He's kind of pointing at the rest of the party as if like you guys can't hear him. He's talking as if like he just has completely blanked out that you're there.
He's like, it was great. Mom had a great time. Yes.
Ooh, actually, right, okay. I have something for you, actually. And Heliodor jumps into the back of the carriage, rattles around for a bit, and pulls out one of the jars of like fancy tea, and comes out and goes, "This is for you and your ma. It's like a sleepy tea. It'll help you like drift off."
Oh, that's so kind.
And he takes it and kind of he slips it into this bag on his belt, and it's like this pouch doesn't seem to be able to be big enough for the jar. So he just kind of stands there for a little bit, just kind of like shoving it in to try and force it to stay in there, and it seems to be like hanging out at a possibly quite dangerous angle. It looks like it might just fall out at any given point.
Before he goes, okay, you can take your bear across,
and he points back to the rest of the party.
You pay your tax.
You're joking, right?
Just give him some tea
I am
or
the
something
road
on
wizard, and you pay your taxes.
We don't.
No, don't fucking argue with me.
Rudy, no, Rudy. There's no need to be a mean tax man.
People don't listen to you unless you're a bastard.
I don't know. You're listening to me.
That's because you give me tea.
True.
Well,
all the best to you, ma. All the best to you, ma.
He points at the rest of the party again. He's like,
Don't make me bring out the big guns.
I think Heliodor is like stifling a laugh as he kind of gets Mare going over the bridge. Like, give him something, anything. He likes unique things.
I can
Wink.
pay.
Wink.
I can pay.
No. Wait.
Oh.
Would you like some leaves from my hair to make some tea?
I want 10 fucking gold. Pay up.
No.
Oi, Rudy.
I'm the one with the charisma and shit.
no.
Oi, Rudy.
No.
Each of those leaves is probably worth 10 gold.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, Jesus. I don't think I'm very good at these. Persuasion? Yeah, it's a +1. Oh, no. Rainbow dice, don't fail me now. Oh, you failed me.
Taking you.
That's 11.
I don't fucking care. They're weird hair leaves.
Fine, I guess you don't want to know what properties they have, but I guess I'll just wait here until one of us passes away.
What?
Are you trying to
Wait, what?
intimidate him?
I don't know. I think she's just being really stubborn. Because she won't attack him. She will just sit there.
All right, fine. I'm pulling out the big guns.
Okay.
And he starts to, like, he lifts up his hands and starts to cast a spell. After it seems to take a few tries. Like he's not familiar with this spell.
Oh dear.
But he is trying, and you notice like after a few moments he's like he's like straining, like there's sweat beading on his forehead. And
He's about to shit himself.
some butterflies suddenly appear and start floating around as he casts minor illusion.
Oh,
I can do that too.
that's
No, you can't.
very
I'm better than you.
scary.
Alright.
Right.
Kari's just gonna start walking across.
Yeah. Sarah, Estella, do you mind if Mare deals with this?
Karik, I need you to make a deck save.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Oh yeah. Live Spider Boy. Just no.
That's an 11 plus 7.
Alright, so he shoots a firebolt at you.
Jesus.
No, don't you fucking dare.
And you just dodge. It's like effortless. Like you kind of swivel one shoulder to the side and it just goes flying off the edge of the bridge.
He's like, ow. Well,
He's just staring at. He's got his bow in his hand. He's just looking at him, just completely blank faced, silent, just staring at him.
He just puts one hand out.
pay up, bitch.
Oh. Drusilla, Estella, can I just... I can just unhook Mare and Mare can just, like, pick him up and drop him off the side.
No, there's no need. Look.
Okay.
I didn't want to have to give you this. And she takes out...
Oh, there's a cat
the
on the
bag
side.
of holding, she takes out a piece of paper.
Ooh.
And she holds it and she's like, look, I can see that you're a very well-established wizard, but I've been carrying this sheet of paper. I had it enchanted. And it's been helping me with my magic. And I don't have enough gold to give you, but you can take this. It's worth more to me than anything.
Roll me a persuasion at advantage.
Okay.
Is this the illusory script paper?
No, this is just paper.
Is it just a piece of paper?
Yes.
Oh.
17.
Okay.
Heliodor's convinced.
I'm gonna roll to see whether or not he can beat that with an insight. He rolled a 13, so no.
Nice.
And he kind of squints at you. He says, "Fine, you can cross." He takes the paper. He kind of snatches the paper and like shovels it into the inside of his robe, like down his collar.
Right.
It's just like
Okay.
crumpled, like you hear just like as he like shovels it into his collar.
Oh, but you don't know how to activate it, so I'll tell you how to activate it if you let everyone else cross.
Tell me.
First of all, let us cross, and then I will tell you.
Fine.
And he kind of moves to the side. And allows you to cross, yeah. He's scowling as he watches you go across. Thumb just kind of stands in front of him.
Thumb, please.
Please, don't stab him in the shin. No, please.
No, do not stab him. Thumb, come on.
He kind of, like, you watch as Thumb starts rummaging through one of the pockets on his belt.
Oh, baby.
And he puts something down on the road wizard's foot, and then keeps walking.
Is it just a middle finger from like
Because wait, what's everyone's passive perception?
Terrible.
Awful.
21?
21.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
I got that plus 10.
Okay, so
9.
Curry is the only one who notices, because Jesus Christ. Curry, all you see on this foot is like a sprig of a herb of some kind.
Oh.
Oh no, it's probably poison. It's probably poison.
Is that such a bad thing?
And the road wizard is kind of looking at it, and he looks back at Stella.
What the fuck did your mushroom put on my foot?
Gift?
It's a leaf. I told you I didn't want any leaves.
Well, he's a mushroom, so that means a lot to him.
He's just kind of standing there looking at his foot. He's like,
fine. Okay. Well, tell me how to activate the paper.
Okay, so you have to go out into the dead of night under the light of the moon, and you must speak to the paper your innermost wants and desires, as in deep inner wants and desires, not superficial things. And you must say that all night.
Not money.
No, what you really want.
But I really want money.
Okay, do you want anything else?
To be loved.
do you say that out loud?
I think Heliodor kind of like whispers it under his breath, maybe towards Karek, but he won't say it loud enough to be heard up the road.
Karek is hearing that from Heliodor. He's going to slowly slunk behind the carriage and look like he's about to burst out laughing.
Okay, yes, there are things that I want that aren't money.
Okay, so you must say these and repeat these all night and wait till the sunrise. And then you can go back home, keep the sheet of paper on you, and it should fulfill those desires. Especially if they're magical.
It's like a wish?
Sort of, yes.
He's kind of pulls the paper out and looks at it. Is there anything on the paper?
No.
It must be magically hidden. You're a clever leaf.
Thank you.
Alright, okay. Okay.
And he's like studying the paper. And like flips it over. It's like really crumpled from where he shoved it into his collar. And he's kind of folding it over.
We have a long journey ahead of us. We should probably get going.
Okay, fine. You come back and you come back this way if you're ever coming back. Just so because you give me your taxes.
Yes, and let me know how your wish goes.
Thank you. I will be a great wizard when you see me next.
Of course.
And he kind of leans against the edge of the bridge and starts like staring at the paper. You seem to have abated him for now.
Is this guy like your version, like a 40k orc, where just anything they believe just comes true after a while? If
Absolutely.
They
yeah, that's
so
basically.
Next time we come round, he's going to be a level 20 wizard. Thank you, Giuseppe. You've just murdered us all.
You've caused the end.
This way again.
You've caused the end.
Yeah, the Harbingers won't be a problem. He'll be the problem.
Oh God.
So yeah, he seems satiated by your gift. Rather than paying the 10 gold per head that he was going to be trying to drag out of you. But yeah, you continue on your journey and leave him behind. Is anyone leading?
Yeah, Creek's the best.
Okay.
Okay, Karek, would you like to roll me a survival?
I don't think I know the way to ARDA.
Oh, right.
Survival, my best stat, actually.
Hell yeah.
Since running woods, I get advantage.
Yeah, because you're in your favourite terrain.
Well, my second roll better be better than that one, but it's not the worst. Well, that's a 15 plus 8.
Okay, yeah. So you have no trouble tracing your way back to ARDA. At one point, as the night kind of starts to sink in, and as the tree line gets heavier, you're able to set up camp for the night. Is there anything you want to do while you're at camp?
I think Drosera's going to be a little bit weird around Heliodor. Like, I mean, she's already pretty fucking weird. But sort of avoiding his gaze and not really striking conversation with him at all.
Okay.
I feel like Heliodor probably won't notice for a while, but
Men.
well,
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
Do you think pigeons have feelings?
Really?
But Heliodor will probably spend quite a bit of the night like setting up like part of the caravan. So like on the side of the caravan is like an awning, and he like rolls it out, sets it up, and is like, if you want to sleep under cover here, by all means. I've got cooking equipment and stuff. I've got some chairs. Sets us up, and I think we'll probably notice when we're like eating, be like, "You okay?"
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
And she doesn't look up at him. Still just sort of looking in another direction, really.
I just.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Music.
Ooh. Oh, suddenly it's Tron. Suddenly.
I'm going to find some tunes. So chat amongst yourselves.
Chat.
You don't. I don't know. Is this just? I just kind of like looks to Karik and Estella. Is this just normal? I don't know you use very well. I don't know what's the norm yet.
This silence is for us. He says, kind of pointing across them all. It's normal. Is all of us before were a bit more loud. Kind of a half mention to the other people that were with us originally when we went into the big fucking cave with a hand.
Okay, I can see why that would. I can see why you'd be quieter. Sorry, apologies. Well, does anybody want tea?
Yeah, I'd like tea.
Wonderful. Kitty? Sarah, tea?
Okay, well, I will have tea.
Alright.
Dracera just kind of does a small nod, but still isn't looking at him.
Righty-ho. Okay, I think Heliodor kind of like looks awkwardly between Dracera, Estella, and Creek, kind of like probably to like gives it like a furrowed brow to Estella and Creek, like, huh? And then we'll step up into the caravan and start making some standard dwarven breakfast tea. Oh, Estella, could you play some music for us?
I'd love to. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're just gonna play with their violin, play a random song. Don't know.
O'Reilly, O'Reilly, O'Haran, O'Hara. No one as Irish as Barack Obama.
They stop breaking it down.
Nah, it's
You draw on the road wizard with your tunes.
The next song is look at that bit.
Okay, is anyone taking Overwatch tonight?
Yeah, Creek will take a watch. But he was gonna ask Dracera and Estella a couple of things quickly while Heliodor was making the tea. He was gonna first ask Dracera, is everything okay? He's asking quite quietly.
It's just he's also made deals with Laz, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
He just kind of tilts his head.
He wasn't present this morning when you talked about that.
Yeah. Something to do with, well, he has bright green eyes just like Estella has, And apparently that's perfectly normal in the city of Violet Gold.
Oh. I see that could be a problem. Ethic.
And it's not like I hate lads per se, but it's just...
No. You can't take this like glances. That was pretty
Yeah, we're like,
and goes,
you
no,
fucking
no, I
spy.
completely understand.
Yeah, it's just going into another phase territory doesn't feel great.
That makes many sense. I cannot exactly doubt you for that. There is one thing I have been a little bit concerned about. Not sure if it has anything to do with relation with Faye. I got a letter from my daddy last night when we
Your
were
what?
having my mate
Oh,
of the
okay.
wife. Apparently she has not been receiving all the letters I have been sending. I do not think.
What did the letters say?
Um, most letters are generally just hoping them they are doing well. Pictures of a world, stuff, things I draw.
And those are places you've been, right?
Okay, well, I try not to. I do not send back pictures of very important things, if it makes sense. Like a place we have just been. I don't normally send pictures of places like that. Is it?
Right. I mean, it maybe the letter's being intercepted.
I was half scared of that being fact. I wanted to ask if either of you have had circumstances such happen before. I know it can be difficult to send letters to where my wife is. She's not exactly easy to reach compared to people who live in towns and cities.
I mean, I've only sent a couple of letters, but both of them were received, and I've received replies.
I don't have anyone to write to.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I don't want to say it.
I know. It was just
Well,
more of
fuck.
like he's just asking. His buddy has been concerned. He's just asking.
I mean, you don't have to go into details. But what did your mate say?
One sec. I'm just having a quick.
Just getting the letter back up.
You just hear. You
Oh,
just
let me do my
pulls out his letter.
research, boys.
He pulls his letter out of his bag, and he pulls out a set of like 6-eyed glasses and like slips them on there.
Oh, sick.
Pushes them up where a person's nose would be.
It slips right off.
The bait is
All
silent.
that she says it has been many moons since she has heard from me, and I sent letters. Not too inter intermi intermin intermittently. Sorry, Sauron is not my first language.
No, it's not my first language either, but it's. No.
I send them quite commonly.
Maybe we could send some ARDA representatives out there as well. Maybe not straight up to where you live. I know you mentioned your wife might not like that.
What I was going to ask the administrator when we get back to ARDA was if we could go up and see if ARDA would be able to house them for a while, especially after a conversation we had last night. I'm, I'll say anxious on this.
Yeah. No, I think, yes, that would probably be for the best, but maybe don't send her a letter in response, because if you're being intercepted, they'll know the plan. Maybe it's the Harbingers, maybe someone else.
That is problem. I have already sent a letter back.
You
I
already
have
what?
not. But listen, I have not stated what is my plan. I have not stated that to her.
Okay.
Only that there is possibility I might get a chance to visit, but I am not sure when.
Okay, well, when we send out representatives, you tell them to give her a message that only she would understand.
And hope she doesn't fucking kill them.
Yeah.
Spider mommy.
Giant spider centaur who's like 8 foot tall. Who is going to just abduct people from the surface. Because she's a trapdoor. Because she's a trapdoor spider. All of the area around where she lives will just be traps.
Holy shit.
I fucking hate that.
That's his wife you're talking about.
Yeah, no racism, but fuck that.
Yeah, no racism.
Oh god.
You also, Karik, if I could remind you, received a mystery package from your wife.
Oh, he does have that hanging round his neck. Right in front of everyone.
What is the mystery package?
On letter she sent this. He takes this. He's like made a bit of string that he's attached it to as a necklace, and it's like a tiny little vial, glass vial, and it's got this. One sec. Where was your?
It's a red shiny liquid.
Can I see? Can I examine it?
You can roll me an Arcana to see if you can figure out what it is.
Karek rolled a 1, so he had no idea.
Yeah, he fucked it.
Fuck's sake.
Beautiful.
He just thinks it's a nice shiny thing.
Oh, 8. That's fun.
You're not quite sure either, but it is pretty.
I have a high Arcana too. It's pretty.
Hang on. Can I try it?
Yep, you're welcome to try.
Might as well. What have I got to lose? Except for no dignity left. I got a 14.
You're able to determine that that's some kind of potion of healing.
Oh.
You're not quite sure how potent, but it's a potion of healing.
Oh, great.
At this point, I think Heliodor might be done with tea. Maybe?
Just appears back outside with a little tray.
Well, no, he's got a little tray with like an ornate looking metal pot and set of cups. Puts it down on this little like picnic table thing that he's pulled out and set up. Alright, tea.
Tea time.
Hands out cups.
Drosera takes one, but still kind of avoids his gaze and kind of like nods in thanks. Like she's not being an ungrateful bitch about it.
Have I suddenly managed to develop a death stare? What?
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 I mean, you won't look me in the eye.
That's pretty normal.
What?
She's autistic.
In all fairness, Kale, that can be normal.
Okay, cool. Grand. Apologies.
So, Karek, roll me a perception check for your night's watch. Is it just you, or are you going to have somebody come on after you?
I can pop in after.
Thumb will offer to sit with one of you.
Pretty cool. Let Thumb sit with Drosera.
Okay.
You can deal with the mushroom.
No.
No, it's not like that. It's like He doesn't know exactly. I'm in and out of character. I don't know what your perception is.
Yeah, I need him.
I've got half decent perception, and I'm in my own habitat, so I get advantage of.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Roll 1. One's natural 14. Second one is a 10, so that's 30-20.
Okay. So after having a lovely cup of tea and settling yourselves down for the night, it begins to rain quite heavily after about an hour. It is effectively monsoon season on Sif, so you are caught up in the rain, but you just kind of settle yourself under the awning that Heliodor's left out on the side of the caravan and sit and watch the rainfall. And it is peaceful. From what you can see, it doesn't seem particularly busy, where considering you're in the middle of the woods at night and it's pissing down with rain. You can't see anything that would you would consider a threat of any kind, and the hours begin to pass, and after a little while you go to kind of wake up Dracera. Thumb has been sitting in the rain outside Stella's tent, adamantly looking out just to make sure that nothing comes near Stella. And he kind of pulls himself up and waddles after Dracera as you go to take a seat. Dracera, roll me a perception check, please.
I was just gonna say, imagine him waddling like a goose.
Yeah, he does waddle like that. He's got very short legs and he's very chubby, so...
Adorable. 0.
Oh, lucky fucking you.
Wow, very nice.
He rolled a 20, like a nat 20, so...
He's really on
I'm
edge.
so happy I took him. Oh fucking god.
So,
oh my god.
Dracera, as you're...
shit.
Like, I will prove it to you that he rolled a nat 20. Because I have the roll here. I'll put it on stream. There's the nat 20. It is a thing. It did happen.
Oh.
He is... Yeah. So he... You're a little distracted. You've had a lot of thoughts about Heliodor and now kind of creeping in Estella, what it might mean for you to go to the city in the coming days. Whether or not you'll be walking directly into the domain of another Fae. It's not something you've done before. You feel like you would know if you'd walked into another Fae's territory. You get a very specific feeling when you enter Dolun's domain, but that's because it's home, and you don't know whether or not that's going to be different when you travel to the city. You're a bit kind of spaced out in your thoughts as Thumb is watching absolutely diligently into the dark, on behalf of you, it seems. And at one point he kind of grabs you by the arm, more so by kind of the rim of your glove, and starts tugging on it.
Thumb, what's that?
He points into the dark, and as you kind of peer into it, through the haze of the glow that you emit in the dark on the rain as it falls, you could see the silhouette of something massive walking through the jungle.
Oh shit. Dracera's gonna see it and go over to like the closest. Have we got tents, or is everyone?
So Heliodor's in his caravan. Estella's in a tent. Karif, are you in the ground, or in a tent, or in a tree?
He probably would have taken a 10 because it would have been a bit aggravating digging a hole.
Digging a hole in the rain, yeah. Okay, so you've got 2 tents set up and the caravan.
Yeah, Dracera's gonna go over to Karik's tent first.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check.
Great.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Disadvantage as well. God. 7.
You can feel eyes trailed on you as you walk.
I don't like it.
Oh no.
Oh no, Harry.
Oh
no,
no.
bro.
You can see Thumb signing something to you almost frantically from under the awning, but you can't tell what he's saying because you don't speak palms.
Yep. Fuck.
It seems to be one word over and over and over again.
It could be
wrong. Probably wrong.
Fuck. Sarah's gonna shake Karik awake.
What? What's wrong?
There's something in the fucking darkness.
He kind of scampers up a bit and starts reaching for his bow and everything.
I don't know what Thumb is fucking saying. I'm gonna wake you. Either one of us can wake up Estella because holy fucking shit, I don't know what the fuck it is.
He's gonna stick his head out and kind of like, where?
Just Sarah gestures to the area where the creature is.
You can see the silhouette of something bigger than the wagon.
Oh.
My god.
It is big.
Can I roll a perception on that? See if I can get any better details.
Okay, yeah.
12, 18 plus 6.
You've seen a creature like this before. Quite a few of them, actually. And it seems to be watching where Dracera last was. But it doesn't seem to be getting any closer to the camp, but it is a creature with, it's got 2 legs. You can see that, and wings, and a very kind of long, elongated neck, with its head turned toward the camp. For a moment, as you're kind of observing it in the dark, you see a long, bulbous kind of tongue move out of its mouth and kind of lick one eye and move back into its mouth again. You've encountered one of these before, with the party no less, many, many moons ago. It's a wyvern.
Oh no.
You've encountered a baby one of these.
Yeah.
This is a full-grown adult.
From what I exactly remember, oh shit. It is not carnivorous from what I remember, but it is very territorial. He's a wyvern.
What are we supposed to do?
Because she's like thinking in her head, like, oh, if you've seen this before, you know what to do then.
They're very aggressive. Last time we met a baby. Can I roll a? Would it be a history or a nature?
If you're trying to remember what you did last time.
He remembers what we done last time. We managed to like kind of scare it off almost.
Yeah, because it was a wee one.
Yeah, I'm thinking would it be nature and thinking of
how to kind of abate it. Sure, roll me a nature check.
Yeah, Linian's got advantage on that. That's 9. Well, it's a 9 plus 2, so that's an 11.
You, looking at it, the only thing you can think would be a smart idea is to let it kind of make its way through and pass on its own without disturbing it. But that would require you being stealthy enough that it doesn't notice you.
Krieg is going to cast a Pass Without Trace.
Okay. The other two, because they are sleeping and inside a tent, do not need to roll. Thumb will need to roll. Dracera and Karik, you can roll with advantage because you are in a tent. But Thumb is stood under the awning.
Karik is going to look at fucking Thumb.
Would you say stealth at advantage?
Stealth at advantage and then a +10 because he's cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh, look.
So he's gonna look at Thumb, and he's going to like, put a finger up in front of your mouth, like going shh, and then then give like a hand motion of come over.
Thumb is going to stare at you, and then lay face down on the floor.
He probably knows. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Thumb, as he lays down, he almost looks like he is just part of the foliage. He's like a mushroom.
He's gone full fucking SAS Who Dares Wins.
So he lays on the floor, rolls a 16, which is a 26, and manages to fully stealth himself.
Okay, so one sec. Stealth. I didn't roll stealth yet. 15. So 15 plus 17.
Yum.
22? 32?
Yeah, 32.
So he's going to pull Drusilla inside. Just say, okay, be very quiet. Best I can think of right now is to try and let it pass through camp without realizing exactly where we are. So just stay quiet. He's kind of got like an eye peeked out through a tiny little gap in the tent. He's kind of watching it.
Drusilla, what did you roll?
I got a dirty 20, so a 30.
30. So you two are well hidden inside the tent. The tent is snuffing out quite a lot of Drusilla's natural light, and therefore you're well hidden. You can hear outside this kind of thump as the feet dislodge foliage from underneath it as it makes its way into camp. You can hear the kind of swerve of its head through bushes and whatnot. The kind of licking sound of its tongue as it does something you're not particularly sure as it's getting closer into camp, but you can see it in more detail now, Karuk, as it makes its way in. It is brightly coloured, or at least the tips of its wings are, and it has a sort of almost like a rainbow coloured tail in stripes. It's got somewhat of a feathery mane down its long neck. The wings tucked closely into the body, and almost like a frog-like face. Its eyes are kind of looking around the camp. It doesn't seem to notice anything moving or anything abnormal other than, the things like the tents. Though in the cover of the rain, it seems like a lot of your camp is obscured. For a moment, you can kind of hear this sound as it adjusts itself, like an animalistic clicking, like a mule of it ruffling its feathers a slight. Before the thumping comes again, and it slowly gets quieter and quieter until it's out of sight.
I didn't realize this is the stretch of jungle we were in. Okay, so I think it's gone for now. Can you remember, is it a nocturnal animal?
Not necessarily.
It's probably just gotten hungry and decided to go for a midnight snack somewhere.
Going for a munch.
Yeah. But he remembers it isn't entirely a carnivore, was it?
No, it was
it's very aggressive.
Yeah,
Carnivore.
it was an aggressive herbivore.
And he kind of looks at Drusilla and realizes, I'm really glad you were able to stay quiet.
Me too.
Thumb is still face down in the mud in the rain, and is not moving.
He's gonna leave Thumb there for the now. And more in the sense of because he knows Thumb's camouflaged. Thumb's camouflaged, but he's gonna. So did you see where it went?
It kind of travelled off past, around the camp, to sort of the east from where you are.
Okay, stay in here for now, okay? In a little while we will go out and have a look to see if it is still there.
Okay.
Because you seen how quiet it was at the distance to start with, so it is best to let it make sure that it thinks that we are not exactly here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the rest of the night passes, and as light begins to pierce through the thick canopy of the jungle trees, and the rain starts to let up a slight, you step outside. You do a bit of a perimeter check. In the sort of wet mud, you can see these thick tracks, these gigantic footprints of webbed almost feet, and hooked talons that stick into the floor, that have left a trail as to where it has been, but it doesn't seem to have disturbed that trail since you saw it.
Okay, Krieg is going to cast a spider climb.
Okay.
And he is going to climb up a tree and kind of look off in the direction that you can see it's walked off in, and just kind of scan round to see if you can see it anywhere.
Roll me a perception check.
It's an 11 plus 6, 17.
You can't see it. You can see where the trail kind of goes, but you can't see any hint of where it could have been.
Does the trail lead in the direction we need to go?
No.
Thank fuck. So he'll come back down and he'll go up and wake Estelar first, and then he'll wake Heliodor and kind of just tell them what's happened.
Oh, an eventful night then.
Well, it would have made your if it had have got angry, I don't think you would have had a cabin anymore.
Ah, that's fine. I'd still have mare.
Or possibly your mare anymore.
Oh, that's fair. Well, thankfully it didn't. So we're all good.
Thankfully,
right?
Not Snorkloud.
No. Sometimes I've been described as sounding like a creaking tree, I believe, so...
Oh, that is quite good for situation.
Right. Oh, sorry, I'm always groggy in the morning.
I will give you your time to wake up.
Oh, thank you very much. Right.
You know that you're
Heliodor
not far
wakes
from
up.
Arda now, so it shouldn't be too long of a trip. Thumb has only just kind of pushed himself up from the mud, and underneath where he has been laying has started to sprout mushrooms.
Aww.
He's gonna go get Thumb up. Thumb, he's okay. Wyvern, he's gone. You did really good.
He points at you as you say Wyvern and signs what he was signing at Dressera.
Is that how you say Wyvern in palms?
He nods.
He gives Thumb a big pat on the head. You are very knowledgeable.
He plops a good berry in your hand as you do so.
Thank you.
So
He lifts Thumb up off the ground and plops him on his feet.
he's very light and a bit covered in mud, but he's okay.
You'll help wipe the mud off.
So you're heading back to Arda at first light. So you managed to wake up Estelle.
Wait.
And...
Can I just quickly go over and hug Thumb and call him the hero of the evening?
if you so desire.
Yes.
You can give Thumb a big squishy hug after he's been wiped down with all the mud. He hugs you back.
Oh, Dressera.
Oh my god.
Thumb knew it was a wyvern.
This is probably why we should have speak palms.
Time to learn palms, kids.
Palms
you're
learning
not
episode.
Well, teach.
You got two people who can teach you.
Yes.
Oh, hey. Stonks.
Stonks. I'd say because you're so close to ARDA now, you won't need to roll a survival. As you make your way towards the grounds, Heliodor, as you get close to where they're telling you ARDA is set up, you don't see anything. There's no given indication as to where this place is, but Dracera, Stella, and Karik all seem pretty adamant that this is the right place.
Alright then.
And as you draw closer into this clearing, you can see a handful of sort of little temples in a ring that have been set up outside.
Oh.
Nothing fancy, but a small sort of shrine to each of the divine.
Oh, cute. That's very nice. That's very sweet.
And a sort of an indent in the floor, surrounded by sort of bits of rock and foliage. It seems quite well hidden. And as each member of ARDA approaches, and they sort of lift up the wristbands that they all wear, the indent sort of slides back and reveals an entranceway.
Oh, nice. That's very slick.
I'm gonna open up another map.
Can my caravan fit down there?
No. To be fair, Mare probably can't fit down there either.
Oh, Mare, no.
No.
Mare is huge. Okay.
Mare, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need to leave you here. Look after the caravan for me. You beautiful, beautiful piece of technology. Okay. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Mare kind of flops down on the floor by the caravan and pouts at you, effectively.
No, don't do that to me. No. Oh, I'll be back soon, sweetness. Right. And heads after them.
As you walk inside, the walls are kind of made of this kind of white marbled stone, and it's very kind of slick. As you walk inside, you make your way down into a set of corridors. The three of you who have been here quite a few times now know the route by now. As you make your way in, what are you doing now that you're here?
Oh, bye. Well, why are we here again?
Chris kind of spent a bit of time like wringing out his clothes a bit.
Oh, clothes. Oh, clothes. Oh, we need to get you clothes. Oh dear.
What?
You have to. Heliodor looks a little bit awkward, a little flushed. It's like, oops. We need to get you some fine clothes to enter the city, or you won't be allowed in. If you look, kind of gestures to himself and to the party. If we look like this, they won't let us in.
I think I look pretty good.
Oh no, you do look cool, but you need to wear fancy clothes. So we might need to go get some of those. Unless you've got some already.
We're in the right place for it.
And see.
And it this is the right place to get fancy clothes. Oh, okay, I see it. The marble. Yeah, okay.
Dracera's gonna wander to the door of the to the administrator and give a knock at the door.
There is a period of silence before you can distantly sort of hear, come in.
So she's gonna open the door and hold. Well, she's gonna hold it for everyone, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whee!
Politeness is very important.
Are all these doors closed? Is that a painting on the wall?
Yeah, something like that.
Is this door closed? Oh. No, how do you... Oh. There we go.
Okay, yes, that door is closed.
Fun.
So as you walk in, the room opens out into this large chamber with a very large desk, and what looks to be some kind of Eladrin woman sat rummaging through paperwork, as she always seems to be doing every time you've come in here, who looks up from her work and smiles as upon seeing the party. Before her eyes fall on Heliodor, she kind of squints a slight, but she stays smiling. Says, "You've brought a newcomer."
Heliodor kind of looks to the rest of the party like,
Yes, we found him in the mines of Freywick. He's proven to be very useful.
I've had a report back from the assistant already. My apologies. She kind of stands, and she is pretty tall. She stands at about 6 foot. For an elven woman, she is very... Oh, for God's sake. She is very kind of slim, wearing a long kind of blue dress with a tabard on the front. A blue kind of triangle painted on her forehead, short, curly black hair. And she makes her way round and offers a hand to you, and smiles and says, my name is the administrator. I am the, as you could say, mind behind the arcane repository of dangerous artifacts, as you seem to have found yourself in.
Oh, delightful. Administrator, is that title or name given? Or actual name?
Title for the time being.
Oh, in which case, hello, I am Duke Heliodor Feldspa. A pleasure. And we'll grab a hand and shake.
And she kind of cocks an eyebrow. Feldspa, I see.
Ah! Someone of quality! Someone of quality. And kind of like, just quickly does a pass over to see if she's wearing anything that I might recognize.
She doesn't seem to be wearing anything particularly fancy.
Okay.
If anything, she's quite simply dressed, but it seems for practicality's sake.
Okay.
Very smart, however. She seems to take a lot of pride in her appearance. And she shakes your hand quite kind of firmly, professionally, and makes her way back to the desk and takes a seat. And says, from what I've heard, you've had another less than favourable encounter with our up-and-coming problem.
I feel like that's an understatement.
He's kind of looking at the floor. He's kind of giving a solemn nod.
And Mr. Feldspar, was it? I'm assuming that you've also been drafted into these affairs.
I was held captive, if that's what you mean. And I actually, due to the events and things that we've discovered, I have asked these fine people to join me in going to the City of Violet Gold to address this issue to the matriarch.
That's quite the coincidence. She smiles. One of our associates will be attending as well. Maybe you can travel together.
Oh, delightful. More the merrier, I guess.
She calls. It seems like she's calling over the top of you. She says, "Associate," and you can hear kind of a scatter of sound from inside the office to the left of you as you walked in, and a kind of a clunk noise every so often as the door opens and a young human man steps out, again kind of with a little clipboard and some paperwork attached to it, kind of pokes his head out of the door, sees the party, and kind of very awkwardly smiles and waves. Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Hold on. Heliodor recognizes this guy, right?
You do, yes.
Is this who this is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Chorus?
Chorus immediately kind of stiffens up as he is spoken to by name.
Like Heliodor's head
really
just kind of
scary
like
music,
pops
but-
round. It's very freaky music.
Yeah,
Heliodor
I
is
need to
just
change
back
that.
to
back.
I've completely tuned that out. My brain just went nah.
That's why Chorus is scared. It just hears Heliodor's voice. He's like, oh no, I'm dead.
Dun dun dun.
Green giant.
Wop wop.
Just poke his head round the corner. Like, oh! You right?
Chorus has kind of got this expression of oh, I wasn't expecting to see this person, and oh, I wasn't expecting to see this person. As the Heliodor pokes his head round, and he sort of very slowly makes his way up the corridor. Have you, did you get sent to collect me, or it's
No, this is some strangely happy circumstance. Coincidences and almost like I feel like a main character.
I'm sorry. What is happening right now?
I assume. Well, you're part of ARDA. You know who this is.
Chorus just waves awkwardly at Drosera.
Just looks back because she's like, how the fuck do you guys know each other?
Well, Chorus is one of those 5 people I was talking about who gets to go into the Violet City.
I've just received the invitation, though I'm a bit concerned that it's a bit late.
Oh no, these fine people have a way of fixing that problem.
He's kind of looking at the rest of the party like,
We'll look
what?
to the party.
Wait. So, how is Chorus? May I ask how you got into the Violet City?
I'm an off-world representative of my general. For business reasons, I tend to go to the Artisan's market every year.
Aye, but we all know why Sylvanus wants you there. And Heliodor kind of like grins but squints, like,
Chorus doesn't say anything. He seems a bit uncomfortable at the subject. And makes his way a little further into the room. The administrator smiles upon seeing him and says, well, now you can all travel together. If anything, I was going to be sending Chorus with some sort of aid. Unfortunately, I don't believe he'd be able to make the travel there himself. Chorus looks like he was going to protest, but doesn't say anything. Just kind of turns. So you're going to the city as well?
That's the plan.
aye.
I don't suppose you have other clothes, do you?
Ha! We were just about to discuss that. Heliodor kind of looks at the group covered in mud and slightly soaked clothes.
Yeah.
Greasy bitches.
Yeah.
Aye, administrator, was it?
That's me, yes.
Are we able to maybe get them some clothes that are appropriate? Something of a finer quality.
If you are able to stay for a few days, I'm sure we can get somebody tailored, some clothes tailored for you.
I don't think we're due for a while. For 3 or 4 days, maybe.
Yeah, about that.
May I ask if this current form is okay to enter the city?
This current form, your clothes or what?
Oh, Chorus kind of puts a hand up, puts his wooden finger in the air. There is someone like you on the council, so yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, aye. Oh, you're talking about leaves. No, yeah. Oh, no, that's fine.
So they're like me, and their name is Leaves.
No. No. Their names Adynn. Lovely person. Delightful, actually.
Well, I mean, if I was just gonna say, if it's okay to get these clothes tailored, I'd be happy to have them.
Yeah. So, the administrator sort of starts going about sorting out, getting in touch with a nearby tailor, if not one that's working in ARDA, because they have to get their uniforms from somewhere. So they have people on hand. She starts kind of rummaging through paperwork and making her way out of the room, excusing herself.
Sorry. I'm in. You're right. Sorry.
So that she can go and get things sorted for you.
I have not exactly had best experiences with a lot of bigger places before. Is my kind welcome?
Aye, you'll be welcome. No one's gonna. No one is going to judge you for your race. They will judge you because you've not grown up in the city.
Oh, so it's more like a culture thing.
Aye. I think that's probably the best way of putting it. Aye. No,
well, it's nice to be discriminated for something else instead.
I know the feeling.
That's fine. We'll put you up in the residential area.
Discriminated guy, yes.
Fantastic.
Also, if you've got money, it'll be the place to spend it because the best artisans in the world are there.
Question.
Hmm?
Oh, what is an artisan? I have not heard one before.
Oh, artisans.
Selrin is not first language, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Artisans are crafters, makers of specific items, things. They hone their skills. So, for instance, I am a master artisan in jewel crafting and in artificing as well, as you've seen from Weir outside. That's mainly my craft. There are other families and others that do. There are other things. There are alchemists, brewers, gem cutters, glass blowers, calligraphers, sign makers, map makers, shipwrights, carpenters, roofers, wood carvers, armourers, smiths. Everything you can think of will probably be sold there.
I do not know what some of those things are either, but I will take your word on it.
I can give you a tour of the city and give you a brief explanation of each thing if you like when we get there.
That would be nice.
Lovely. I do like my city. We may be limited on where we can go though, because again, outsiders. But you get to see the tithe. Ooh.
The what?
The tithe. We have to. It's a whole thing. It's easier to show than explain, I think. basically there's a giga-sized bowl in the middle of the city that we all throw money into, and it rises up into the sky, and we pay the cloud giants for living under the Stratus summit.
Okay.
Chorus smiles and says, "It's quite the sight, though. It does sound a little out there in explanation."
I think that was quite the oversimplification, but there'll be like a whole spiel at the beginning of the ceremony that will explain things. It's like a story that's told each year and everyone listens. But you know, it'll be fine.
Chorus kind of gestures for you as a party to follow him into his office rather than sort of standing around in the administrator's office.
Oh, there's a lot of papers on the floor.
You can, as you walk in, there is one very neat desk and one incredibly not neat desk. And by the looks of it, it's not Chorus's, because Chorus stands at the nicely decorated, well kept desk. The other one is fucking covered in papers. There is just shit everywhere. It seems like it's completely disorganized. Krieg, you know exactly who that desk belongs to. Because
Did she just sandlock?
Because she is an absolute hectic piece of shit. The assistant really doesn't know how to keep her desk neat. So Chorus just sort of takes a seat and says, sort of, there is a few affairs that we'll cover when we get close. Sort of stating your title and all of that business. Though I think we should more so concern ourselves with making sure that you are well after your trip. How are you doing?
That's rather a complicated question.
Hey, I feel like this may be this feels like a private moment, as I don't know, I wasn't particularly involved with your friends, so I think I will leave you to your stuff, and I'm gonna go start prepping my cart and things, and packing. Anybody got a bracelet? One of those bracelet things I can borrow so I can get back in?
Chorus will provide you sort of it's one that is a little too small for you, so you can't wear it, but you can
it's like a tent
carry
badge.
it. Yeah, you can carry it with you. And as you step out into the corridor, you're met with the administrator, who briefly asks whether or not you want somewhere to stay inside ARDA for the time being, whilst you're waiting for things to be prepped to leave.
Unless staying in my caravan outside is going to be dangerous, no.
It won't be dangerous per se, but whether you'd prefer the amenities of indoor housing.
I mean, I'll have a bath before I leave, but that's the only amenity I'll use. Thank you.
So you are.
Oh, maybe your food. But
yeah.
I like my bed. It's just the way I like it.
She nods and leaves you to it.
Trot. Goes and starts packing while you talk about serious stuff.
And Chorus has kind of got one wooden hand over his other as he leans into the desk. From what I've heard, it was quite a trip.
Yeah, I mean, half the party's gone, and Faustus the Angel has taken over Estella's father's body. So not exactly a good trip, maybe.
There's a silence, and Chorus kind of looks in Estella's direction. We'll do our best to make sure that nothing happens to him or your friends. We've organised a search party. We are doing our best to find traces whilst the assistant is still in Freywick.
I sure hope so.
He seems to not be great at comforting, but he offers sort of a gentle smile. Although he looks permanently anxious, he seems to be trying.
In real life, I get that.
Make sure that you are taking this time to recover. I understand that it's been difficult, and that's an understatement.
Oh yeah, it feels just like last time.
I know that Miris wanted to speak with you. He kind of looks towards Dracera and Karik especially. There's a few leads he wants to run past you, and what you think would be the right course of action. I'll make sure that you can get your clothes tailored, and we'll head out when you're ready.
Yes, of course. And I think Karik needs to speak to the administrator about something as well.
Keo, I really need to speak with her before we go.
Okay. We're gonna take a break.
Oh, whoa.
I will. Prior to the break, I will say we're gonna expedite the waiting. So when we get back, anything that you want to do particularly, so speaking with Miris and speaking with the administrator, will get done. We will kind of skip any long periods of nothing.
Oh, why?
Because and
That's fair enough.
and you guys need to think about what you think your characters are going to be dressed like, because you've got free reign. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Go get a drink, go take a pee. I don't care what you do. We'll be back shortly.
Hey.
Oh, Jesus. Okay,
Nearly, mate.
hello, welcome back. So, we left at the break where the party are getting their clothes tailored for going to the City of Violet Gold. They have a couple of folks they want to talk to before they travel out. We'll start with Karik, if you wanted to talk to the administrator.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, so you already have rooms assigned in ARDA that have been done up nicely for whilst you are gone. So they've been cleaned, and your equipment that you've left behind has been sort of neatly organised and left on the side, and you have somewhere nice to sleep for the evening. And Karik, you kind of make your way out one of the evenings in order to find the administrator in her office, where she usually is. And you make your way in. She is just sat, kind of. It seems like she's writing something down. Lifts her head as you walk in, and smiles. Mr. Karik, it's good to see you.
As it is yourself. I have something I would like to ask you about.
She puts the quill down, kind of looks at you.
I know I've spoken with you about them before. It is more about my family. Especially since assistant has told me he kind of pulls the amulet from out under his shirt. This especially is possibly quite important. I am quite fearful for their well-being at this time. It appears that I got a letter from my mate several days ago when we were next to the mines. I do not think all of my letters have been arriving to her. I'm not sure if that is something that is, how they say, being intercepted, or if something is just happening with postal system, as it is not exactly the easiest area to reach.
You haven't been writing any key information in these letters, have you?
No. Nothing of such, more of a checkup, see how they are doing, tell them I am doing fine. I do send pictures of some places we go, but it is not of places of importance, like beautiful spots in jungles, or I think maybe the closest picture would have been from... What was the place we went with Palos again, with the vampires?
Padslow.
Padslow. The closest thing I think I drew a lot of that was a picture of the sea from Padslow. But I don't think you could exactly detail that from the picture.
Right.
I'm more wanted to ask if there was any chance that me and my party at some point might be able to head that direction for whatever reason. If we might be able to bring them back to give them safety here for a while.
If you believe that your family is in danger, we can provide accommodation for them.
I noticed though that especially my mate, she is quite large.
She kind of cocks an eyebrow.
I believe some people have referred to her kind in Sauron as centaur.
Right. Okay.
She is quite even compared to, I know you are a fairly tall woman, she is much bigger.
I'm sure that we can provide some sort of accommodation given enough time. We do have people who work in ARDA who are centauroids, who are larger than your average folk. And we do have a specialist accommodation. I'm sure that we would be able to find something. I understand that the situation at the moment is tentative. And with, she kind of gestures to you, what you carry, from the understanding I've been given by the assistant, there is definitely a risk that if you are targeted, your family will be as well.
That is what I'm most fearful of now, knowing what I do. Finding this was more chance than anything else. I did not think it was anything serious. Especially not something that to say we use it as good luck charm for family. So it is a little strange to hear that. I have said that I may be visiting. I have not given exact details as to when or where or any time frame. So
you understand the importance of what it is you carry.
Fail. And that is why I feel so strongly about getting them rehoused for now. I'm not sure entirely if I will be able to convince her, but hopefully, knowing the importance and coming from me, hopefully she will agree to.
Yours is a special situation, Mr. Krieg. You've been assigned to be the caretaker of one of the most powerful items that ARDA has come across. The assistant assures me that you are the one person that she trusts in order to keep it safe. And with that in mind, should you require something to ensure the protection of the people around you, especially the people that you hold dear, we will do our best to accommodate bringing your family here should you wish to, and should she wish to come and be in what I imagine to be quite an alien space to someone such as herself.
That is one thing I fear of for her, as I feel it may be very stressful. But considering as well that we are underground, if you can find a room of similar, a large enough room for her and my children, then I think that she would, it might work well enough, I think.
We will do our best to accommodate her needs as much as we can.
Thank you.
For the time being, we will hold off on sending anyone up there if you are going to go there yourself in the coming future.
After having thought about it, I think that sending someone else would be very unwise for the situation. If they were able to drop something off beforehand, that would have been fine. But knowing the situation now, it is very much more appropriate that it would be me, especially, that went to get them.
That is an understandable request. She sits back in her chair. We will, however, investigate the possible interception. If there is something happening with your mail, there is also the risk that whoever is intercepting it is keeping an eye on where you are.
From this point on, I think it would be safe for me not to send any more letters. We were still in location that I believe that they would have known us to be beforehand, so I will hold off on it for now. Is there... I'm not entirely sure how the mail works in this respect, in the sense of maybe someone else could send a letter for me, but that might still be unwise as for now.
If we used someone else's coin, we may be able to send letters to your wife on your behalf. I'm sure that I would be able to send something to her. I do not need to know the person personally in order to send a letter, though my concern is that someone is tracking your coin.
Would it be wise of me to get a new coin for this to begin with?
It would be wise for you to not carry your coin on your person.
Would it be best to leave my coin here, or would it be better disposing of it in some other way.
Leaving it here puts us at risk on your behalf. You're a capable man, Mr. Karich, but if the forces that are at play here are who I may believe them to be, the last thing we want is that for them to uncover the stronghold of the world's most powerful magical artifacts. If you leave it here, there is risk they will trace it back to here.
Just out of character thought, when you send a letter with the coin, it leaves an imprint of that coin.
Yes.
On. Okay, I do have a slight idea then. As the coins are, he kind of takes out the coin, like from his pouch, looks at it and goes, if these especially leave imprints on the letter to detail who sent it, is there any way to deface it first before disposing?
Defacing risks it not being usable.
That is more what I think is, if I was to discard of it and it was found by someone who might have ill intentions.
If you want to, we can smelt it down.
That would probably be best idea, I think.
It will not be traceable if we smelt it, so we will. If you'd like, she offers a hand out to you. If you'd like me to take it, I will do so appropriately.
You'll take the step forward and you'll kind of place it quite tentatively in her hand before stepping back.
And she places it on the table in front of her and kind of looks at it briefly. Rest assured, Mr. Karich, we will do our best in order to make sure that you and your family are safe, given that you are the guardian of this key. You are in considerable danger, being the protector of such an item, though you are with capable people.
I would rather that risk be put on myself than have that put on someone else, especially considering I am the one who found it in the first place.
Indeed. She kind of nods. I will make sure that this key is or this coin is dealt with. And should you in the future decide to go home and ask your wife and your family to come back to ARDA, we will make sure that they are welcomed.
Thank you. As in fact, I think because I am unsure exactly of when will be that I will get to see them. Would it be best for me to give notification through the stone prior to travel back?
The assistant does tune me into many of her reports back from you. So if you speak to the assistant, she will relay such information back to me.
Thank you. Again, thank you for your understanding and especially your kindness in this time.
She nods. Is there anything else you require of me?
Not currently, no.
With that, she sort of bids you farewell, assuring you that things will be dealt with, though on the table that you may travel back to the country in which you come from, and the sort of area of jungle in which you live, at some point in the future when you decide to. Later in the evening, it's sort of hitting about sort of 10 o'clock at night, and the party, including Heliodor, are summoned. You are asked to meet with someone of a name you don't recognize, Heliodor, a man called Mirus, who the party know to be their supervisor, who seems like he wants to run a couple of things past you before you leave. You are going to have to use your imagination as well.
Hell yeah.
Because I don't have a map prepared.
Theatre of the mind.
You meet with a maybe 5'6" or 7" human man with a cane, sort of short, dark hair, and an eye patch. But the one sort of startling feature is he has an eye that is split into 3 pupils.
Whoa.
Bright orange and glowing, clearly infused with some kind of magic. But he doesn't seem to be aware of when you are approaching as a party. He tilts his head in the direction of sound. He doesn't seem to be able to see.
Hello?
Chorus.
Not chorus, Miras.
Oh, chorus. Alright. Miras!
And he'll turn at the sound, kind of look vaguely in Karik's direction, and smile. It's good to hear. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, it is good to meet with you again.
Is everyone here?
Yes.
Yeah.
He turns slightly at Heliodor's voice.
Hello.
You have new company?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
Hello. Heliodor Feldspar, nice to meet you.
He puts out a hand, though he isn't looking enough in your direction in order to be putting out a hand towards you. He just puts a hand out, as if to shake, though he can't seem to see you.
Heliodor will move to a position where he can shake the hand and will take the hand. Probably has to go up a little bit and bring it down.
Yeah,
Oh,
he seemed to be
tall.
going for a human height. Right.
You are far too tall.
My apologies. He smiles. He says, "My name's Miras. I am the supervisor of this team. Though I haven't actually been out with them for quite some time. He looks a little bit sheepish. There's a few things I wish to speak with you about. If your new friend," he kind of gestures in Heliodor's direction, "doesn't mind."
No, that's fine. Do you want me here? I can go back to packing.
He kind of looks in the direction of the rest of the party from where Karik had spoken. If anything, he seems to be looking at something next to Dracera, but there's no one there. He's just kind of looking to her left a slight. You trust this man?
Dracera doesn't say anything.
I can.
Is
I can go to the dining hall.
Is anyone gonna say anything?
Die in the silence.
Creek is noting the silence himself.
I'm gonna.
The only silent one is gonna speak.
Wait, they're gonna have to use
Message.
Yeah.
So they're gonna message Miras.
Haha, I made a map. Alright, give me a sec.
You made a map? Jeez.
Wait,
Was it done with crayons? Please could have been done with crayons.
It's not. No, it's another map. I've just I just need to move you guys onto it. Oh golly. Miras will kind of shrug a slight and say, "Well, if he's working with you, I'm assuming that he is." Oh golly, gosh. There you go.
Wow.
If he's working with you, then I'm assuming that he is worth trusting. given that he's here. And I hopefully won't have to explain too much. But Miris sort of begins to tap the stick and make his way to a room for a slightly more private conversation. You make your way into a small sort of side meeting room. You're able to sit down and have a chat with him. He places his hands on the table. Again, he's kind of not looking at anyone particularly. If anything now, he's looking at something to the right of you, almost like over your shoulder, Heliodor.
Oh. I think Heliodor will look behind him and kind of swipe in the area, just like, huh?
There's nothing there. He seems to be quite focused on that point, though.
Are you alright?
Heliodor, he can see ghosts that follow us.
Oh, that can't be fun.
Miris smiles. He almost finds it amusing. I'm quite used to it.
Aye, but being used to it and being okay with it are two different things.
He doesn't say anything, but he seems to be looking at someone who is following you, Heliodor, as you make your way into the room.
Oh, I think Heliodor just kind of looks a little bit uncomfortable. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Who's? Before we get into the things, can you tell me who's there, or is that?
You can hear him kind of very quietly mutter, what are your names? And there's a silence. He seems to be listening to someone. Or multiple people.
Oh, sucks for you, mate.
Oh, lordy.
And you watch the eye kind of flick between 2 points.
Oh, grand.
They tell me they are, your grandparents.
Oh.
Orin and Zircon?
Aye. Oh, that's very sweet. Okay, that's fine. Hi, Gran. Hi, Gramps. Just kind of like awkwardly kind of looks over his shoulder. I'm gonna stop doing that now. What was this? What did you want to talk us about?
Right. So based on the information that we've collated since you've been gone, we've been looking at certain points in which we've seen or have heard of harbouring activity. I'm assuming your new friend knows about them, right?
I was enslaved by them for a good few weeks.
Oh. And there's a kind of a silence, like an awkward, uncomfortable silence. Sorry to hear that. Right.
That's fine.
You're quite acquainted with them then, I assume.
Well, acquainted? Aye, sure. I got to beat some of them up, that was fun.
We're on the same page then. And he kind of leans back in his chair. There's a few points in which I wanted to see whether or not you would consider broaching. Now, from what I've heard from the associate, you'll be going to this city?
City of Violet Gold, aye.
That's the one. There, I assume, may be activity there, though you're handling it, right?
Aye, that is my main concern.
Right, so that's one ticked off the list. He kind of seems to... He gestures as if he's ticking something off in his brain. We've heard there's been activity at the Fortuna, in the city that surrounds the world warp. So, if anything, that's the worst place for these people to be. The sort of magic capital of the world. If they get their hands on certain information there, it could be quite devastating. That's something that we can always investigate in the future. from what you've told me, he gestures to the rest of the party, there seems to be quite the influence of the Harbingers on vampire clans. Am I correct?
When did vampires get involved? What?
Yes, vampires seem to be involved with the Harbingers.
Oh.
Now I can offer a line of questioning with the clan that I come from. Because they're actually willing to speak with outsiders. It may be something we could investigate should we deem it necessary. We could find out more about maybe what they're doing, if they have any understanding of what the other clans may be up to. We might be able to get some vital information from doing that.
How many clans are there?
Give me a hot second and I'll look up that information for you.
I was like, well, I've got a question about law. Might as well do it now.
11.
11.
So,
delightful.
I come from a clan known as the Monastery. They are quite far to the east, in Sarmello. It's quite some travel from here, a good few months worth of travel. Though
what kind of clans are they? This is out of character.
Out of character. So most vampire clans tend to run similarly.
Okay.
The monastery where Miris is from, considering Miris is not a vampire, implies that this clan is willing to talk to people who aren't vampires without being shitty.
I was just gonna say, because I was like, he's not a vampire. How is he related to a clan?
He is a blood hunter, and he had to learn that from somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So you've had brief conversations with him in the past, Dracera, about his training, and his training was with this clan known as the Monastery. So he said, this is the one vampire clan that might be willing to talk to us. We could glean some information from that. They are very far east. It will be a long travel in order to get there. And because Miris has never seen it, teleporting will be difficult.
Of course.
God damn.
Has anyone seen any of the cities near? Out that way, though, is the other question.
Very unlikely. You would know of the cities near, so there is a chance that you could go to somewhere close by, but you wouldn't be able to land directly on top of it.
I bet you Pelos knows exactly where.
She's a bad bitch.
It is a long travel, but you could glean information from that. He also asks whether or not the rest of the party have any leads.
My dad.
My dad.
My dad.
So I'm assuming you kind of explain the situation to Miris. And he frowns and says, not to be, morbid, but I did tell you he was alive.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's real nice.
Well, at least I was right.
Timing and freezing.
If anything, it's a comfort to know he's still alive. As he kind of gestures to Estella's direction and says, I can't see him.
Well, yeah, that's good.
So he's still alive.
Don't know how much longer.
Well, you can always talk to me.
Ha ha ha. Whoa.
You see, like if he could see, there would just be kind of like a squinted face of discomfort, yeah.
Miris is really bad at this whole pep talk shit, so he's really not good at this, especially with young people. Rip Estella. He kind of gestures to the rest of the room. He's like, anyone else, any other leads we may be able to follow? We could probably trace Estella's father. Well, maybe. We might be able to. But that gives us enough of a lead to be able to find something.
Well, this trip to the City of Violet Gold is basically going to be a little bit of a lead hunt. A check to see if there is any Harbingers there. And if there are, we'll be able to get something.
Just Sarah, roll me a history check.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Oh, very nice.
11.
You vaguely recall the conversation you had with Dylan.
Vaguely.
Vaguely. And what he's told you.
About,
Yes.
Yes.
Remind me.
So you've been told that there have been harboring activity in in his domain.
Mm-hmm.
They've been visiting. And the fact that Forstos went, I'm gonna pay him a visit.
I've spoken to my patron, and the Harbingers know of my patron's location, and he's been defending against them.
Your
But he
patron's
can only hold out for so long.
He has a physical location.
Your patron's location? What?
My fae.
Oh, right. Do you want to go and defend the area, or see if anyone has been there?
I would like to. I feel like it's extremely important to defend my realm. Not only for the good of my own realm, but for the good of the rest of the world as we know it. No pressure.
No pressure.
No, completely.
But simultaneously, yes.
Okay. We should definitely do that.
So they've been to this physical place. They've been to your domain.
Yes.
Remind me, I don't believe you've ever told me. Which fae?
Delon of the Trance.
What does he do again?
Can I just randomly insight check that?
Yeah.
I got -1.
Why are you asking?
Yeah, why are you asking? I mean, I know he's probably just curious and shit, but like, I got 10.
You gather that his understanding of fae is pretty small. He understands like the rules of a fae. If you get into conversation with one, you never give them your name, all of that shit. Estella. You
No shade, but
there are some fae that are
over
different than others. The merchant being one of the most mortal friendly. It seems like Miris is just trying to glean what purpose his realm has, because each fae has its own duty.
Okay. Well, Dylan's duty is he deals in the realm of dreams, and he protects that realm from any outside force that wishes to get into our physical world.
A solidly good job then.
It's an occupation.
Miris leans forward. Now, dreams, the plane of dreams and the plane that I see into, the plane of Samith, are very intertwined. There's a lot of overlap. And from my understanding, those planes are the divide between us and the Astral Sea. And if the Harbingers are targeting your patron, they want something from him, or they want to disrupt that barrier. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I know what you mean. Because there's something waiting to be let in.
Well, shit, that needs to be a priority then, huh?
Yeah, maybe just a bit.
Yeah, okay. That's definitely something we need to investigate. Alright, that will be top of the list, right? Mira seems to be kind of taking a mental note. He seems deep in thought about that, particularly. So, you're going to the city. When you get back, or are you going to go straight there from the city? That might be better. That might be a better idea.
Go straight to the Whisper Fields.
From where is the city?
It's the city of Violet Gold.
Ooh, I'd say point it out on a map, but
do you know of the Asus? Do you know of the Asus Ridge?
That's like the center of Sif, right?
Aye.
That's a good place for you to travel from, surely.
There is also a giant-sized map in the below the city as well. We can use as well. That might be helpful.
Oh, I know of that place. And he kind of sits up a little bit. I've been there.
Oh, delightful. For any particular purpose? Were you looking for a particular shrine?
Back when I was still with my tribe, I suppose you could call them. It's a long, long time ago. We pilgrimaged to there in search of the Temple of the Three. It was a long time ago, but
right.
It was, yeah, okay. So I know what that is. If you're in the middle of Sif, then that's kind of a good point for you to travel from if you're making a long distance to wherever this phase realm is, right?
I guess so.
Okay. I'll let you make that call. Just keep me in the loop, and I'll keep an eye on these other leads, and if need be, I'll send other people out, but I just wanted to fill you in on the sort of information that we're picking up.
Thank you for updating us.
I am your supervisor, that is my job. If anything, do you need me to send anyone else out with you? Do you need me to come?
To the second thing, sure. I'm already stretching I'm already stretching my grace by bringing 3 people. I'm afraid I bringing a 4th. I'm maybe pushing my luck a bit too much there. Apologies.
No, I have no qualms with that.
However, if after we're done, you met us at the temple beneath the city, because that's open to all, that would probably work.
I'm unsure whether I can get there within less than a couple of months. The travel is a long one.
Fair.
Though I'll see what I can do. Kind of nods. If need be, if it's not me, I will send someone else. There are plenty of people who could assist you. Maybe Palos or someone like that.
Palos!
Wife.
Wifey material!
We need milk for the tea.
That is the worst thing ever.
Oh my god.
With that, Miras sort of excuses you, he kind of nods and says thank you for letting me know what's going on. I will relay what information I need to the administrator. And we'll get we'll get it done. We'll make sure that shit doesn't go too sideways. And he smiles.
Very nice.
What does it mean going sideways?
Sorry?
What does it mean going sideways?
They get their hands on more artifacts and start a war.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's not good.
That's definitely like that. We don't want that. We do not want that.
Aye, preferably not.
We'll hold down the fort. And again, kind of, he seems to be trying to feign confidence, as if he thinks this will be fine, maybe. Not quite sure, but trying, especially in the presence of Estella. And you kind of file your way out of the meeting room, say goodbye. Miras kind of taps his way down the hallway, quite slowly, making his way around. We're gonna skip forward a little bit to you've had your clothes have been made.
I think Heliodor will will just quickly after that meeting, he's got like a large bundle, and he kind of like looks for somebody who's walking around who looks kind of not important, but like vaguely a person of ARDA, and just kind of like, is there a place where I can get these clothes washed?
They will take them from you and sort of nod, because you are considered a guest at ARDA, so they'll get that sorted for you.
Delightful, thank you.
What is everyone's new kit looking like? We'll start with Karik.
Oh god, I have to describe this. Oh shit. Where was it? So I'm gonna go with the fucking suggestion I was given, and
Okay.
it is for you. It'll be in meantime.
Okay.
Is it that? So it's kind of a straight suitish. The arms and like kind of chest, they're not really. They're more see-through, I guess. Yeah, looking at it's kind of the transparent.
Yeah.
But it's not something too fancy, because Greek doesn't understand.
Understated.
Yeah, it's you've got a smart kind of half suit with chiffon on the arms and like a tight wrist, mostly black. Nice kind of belt and a sash across the belt. Some boots that suit your strangely shaped feet, that still leave your toes out. So because it's kind of hard to shape the bottom of a sole to something so small. So they have just kind of left it as like almost like ankle boots that go over the heel but not over your toes, so that you can still use your spider climb and move around and be comfortable.
A bit like wearing gaiters without wearing the boots.
Yeah. And you get your hair kind of tidied up a little bit, because it is a bit all over the damn place. Because you do not get haircuts. That's not something you do. So you're looking smarter than you ever have, despite it being quite simple. Dressera, what are you wearing?
So I only saw the references, so sorry. Sorry, Aaron. I only just saw it because I've been playing it in my head silently. So sort of brown ankle boots, and then I can only describe it because I was just thinking of it in my head.
Description's fine.
Like those sort of loose trousers, so they're like tight at the ankles and then loose, in a deep blue color with gold embroidering of leaves on them, like leaves falling. And then sort of lighter blue shirt with like another sort of teardrop hole underneath the collar of the shirt, with decorative pauldrons with chains that interconnect on the front. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was thinking.
Do you do
Like
anything with your
blue.
hair
Ooh,
or your leaves?
ooh, my leaves. I think she might let her hair down and like brush it over to one side.
Okay, so
and clip it in.
Yes!
The Estella haircut.
Yeah.
You've got the Estella
Yeah.
vibe going on. Very
Yeah.
suave looking, very much still very much a paladin. Still very much somebody who is ready to defend at a moment's notice, though decorated, more so than you're used to, with your usual amulet resting in the center of your chest. Very, very pretty. Estella, what are you wearing?
Forgive me if this is too much. So they're gonna wear one of those. They have like puffy sleeves, and it ends up to their elbows. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they still wear their long gloves. And the vest kind of is tucked into like a scarf stash, and it kind of leads out into a skirt. But they have like tight pants underneath with long boots, and to go a bit extra, they put their tribe makeup on because
Ooh, nice.
that's something to do like with a formal kind of thing, and they tie their hair up. And
Oh,
because I knew that I'm bad at explaining, I just drew it.
yeah!
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we love
There you
to
go.
see
It's
it.
in reference.
Yeah, let's go.
So for reference, I will put that on the screen.
Oh,
That's what
my
Estella
Oh,
looks
hell
like.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Now?
the
Oh, that looks so
little
good.
little
Oh.
flower designs on the skirt, and yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's
That's
lovely.
amazing.
Had a hairstyle swap.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
Completely
Oh.
unintentionally. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, that's lovely. And as usual, you've still got your beautifully crafted violin strapped across your back.
Yep.
Lovely. Beautiful. Heliodor, what are you wearing?
Heliodor has a sleeveless black black kind of jacket thing on. I think it's like a waistcoat with these gold trims up the sides that are in quite geometric looking patterns and designs, and then there is like a kind of a half coat, so it comes to like just under his rib cage, that comes across and comes up the sides of his neck, with two straps across the front holding it closed. There are these large gold and black pauldrons, shoulder pauldrons, that has on one of them there is this large kind of designed piece with these golden gems around it, which for those who know gems, they are Heliodors, and in the center is a kind of a deep red, a couple deep red different gems, like one's a carnelian, one's a ruby, and then in the middle is a large emerald. Underneath the pauldrons, poking out across bare arms, is this kind of dark green fur and this long green cloak that it doesn't come over the shoulders. It's just like one of those decorative ones that comes from the back, from the shoulder blades, and comes down. All green, trimmed with gold, and there's like this very geometric dwarven gold patterning up it, and the inside of it is black with that gold geometric as well. Black gloves that kind of that have like gold finger armor, and these black and gold gauntlets, not gauntlets, the things for your arms, for your forearms, those things. Grievous, thank you. That are black and gold. This is very it's definitely not practical armor. This is decorative, pretty, fancy armor, and has these black and gold belts on. And one of them is a green one that's gold trimmed and has all these kind of hanging decorations that are all like fine jewelry and very pretty. long standard black trousers. Along and up one leg there is a kind of a green embroidery, and the shoes are very impractical looking, heeled gold and black shoes, but the gold bits are also like kind of armor looking bits, but again it's like decorative. And he's done his hair with like some thick braids, the front of his beard, the white bit has been braided, and he's got his hair pulled up behind into a fat braid and then into a big bun that's got like different pieces of jewelry kind of pushed in, and all down the beard there's like gold clips in. That was a long explanation. Apologies.
No, it's great.
Man's had time to
Very
think about
descriptive.
this.
Yeah. So, Heliodor is dressed very, very smartly, very lavishly. He's quite clearly rich. He's quite clearly from a very rich family. And out of the four of you, you kind of... He definitely stands out. But it seems like this is a kit that he's definitely worn before. You are met outside the gates of ARDA, or at least the front entranceway, by Chorus, shortly after you've kind of all been ogling at each other for how smart you look. And Chorus
very nice.
meets you in a very smart white military jacket with a green sash around its center, black gloves, and a very high collar. He seems to be dressed as if he is attending some kind of military event, though this sort of clothing is very, very uncommon on Sif. It's unlike what most of you have ever seen before, though Heliodor, you've definitely seen him in this kit before. It is almost identical to that which the General wears, and the General's Council. Oh god, Jack, your mic.
Oh shit, sorry. Is it fine? Is it alright?
It's okay now, yeah.
It's okay now.
I'm so sorry for that.
Oh, she scared the shit out of me.
I think
for reference's sake, there's what Chorus is wearing. It's very simple, but very, very clean, very pressed clothing.
I think when Heliodor sees him, it just kind of does a mocking salute and goes, Major.
Major.
Chorus kind of pulls a face. He seems uncomfortable to be wearing this kit, considering he's a lot more used to wearing the kind of loose lab coat and the greens that he's usually running about in. Wearing this kit, it's not visible where his prostheses are, and it seems to be causing him quite a bit of discomfort, having to wear clothing over it. He tends to avoid wearing any kind of tight-fitting fabrics over his arm and his leg, because they are not comfortable when they're not out in the open. But for the sake of this meeting, he tends to have to clean himself up a bit. And so he joins you, kind of smiles. He says, "You look a lot neater than you did."
Heliodor kind of looks at the rest of them like, aye,
Smell
we
better
do.
too.
Smell better too, aye.
So you say you can get us there quickly?
I believe you said something about a special coin. Oi, Mayor, get over here.
Mayor kind of trudges over and sits next to you.
Hello, darling.
Plops its very heavy metal head on the top of your head.
Oh. Oh, do I need a shine? Just like shines the top of his bald head.
Estella, at this point you notice Thumb isn't with you.
Where is he?
You don't know.
Abandoned my child.
What? Where?
Looking back into the sort of gate of ARDA, I want everyone to roll me a perception check.
No, Jesus.
Oh, for fuck's
My
sake.
perception is terrible.
No. Oh no, the thumbs have found each other.
No, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, I got 2.
Okay, Heliodor, you see
18.
shit.
I don't know. I should stop rolling on my bed. Oh.
That's 13.
Okay, so Dracera rolled the highest.
What?
Wow.
As everyone's
The
kind of
-1.
peering into the
Same.
entrance of Arda, Dracera, you're the first to see him, but you see Thumb is like waddle running toward the entrance from down the hallway, and he has a little bow tie on.
Oh.
Get the fuck out.
Oh my god.
They couldn't tailor him anything else, so they just gave him a bow tie.
Oh, but we could give him a little sash around his middle.
Oh my god. Dracera's gonna like cover her hand with her mouth and just be like, oh my gosh, you look amazing.
He signs thank you to you.
Oh, dive this little mushroom man.
To Estella, he signs, I had to look smart.
You look very smart. You look very well dressed. You look amazing.
So
You do look fantastic.
Thumb's now with you. You currently have 7 people with you, so you should be able to take them. Both Mare and Thumb count as people in this scenario. You will not be able to take the caravan.
That's fine. I've asked Arda to look after it. Well, I'm going.
Estella, if you are the person to use the coin, you don't know where you're going, so you need to give it to Heliodor.
Take it. I'm gonna teleport into a wall.
Into
Why
the
not
ocean
suck it
or
up?
into the mountain.
I am aiming for the plateau just outside the front door, probably maybe 20
Okay.
feet away from the front.
Alright, cool. Alright, so you explain to Heliodor how to use the coin. Looking at it, it's just a simple kind of silver emblem with a sigil carved over the top of it, sort of some kind of magic circle.
Interesting.
And you are told to think of the location and flip it and let it fall to the floor.
Right. Everybody ready to have a nice time?
Ready? I
1,
guess.
3, 2, 1. Flip!
Alright, time to roll a d100.
Oh, Lord. Do I need to do that?
I'm going to, don't worry.
Okay, cool. Thank you. The pressure is now
Okay,
on
great.
me.
You rolled an 83, which means you land on that location. So
Yay!
as the coin hits the floor, a circle of the similar, like the emblem that's on the coin, engraves into the grass underneath you. It lights up in a sudden kind of flash of blue, and with a blink, suddenly you and every one of your companions is teleported. The world around you shifts for a few moments. It's suddenly like being hit with a very cold wind, and as your feet touch back down, you are met with the vision of an incredible mountain range. The mountains themselves are a sight beyond what most of the party have seen before. Rock peaking beyond the clouds, the ring silhouetted upon its shape in the sky as it is lost beyond the skyline. Trees and foliage climb up to a certain point up the mountainside, but trail off beyond the rocky fascia as it steepens. One of the long string of equally tall mountains in a long line is directly in front of you. A collection of large rocky structures that only the Titans themselves could have crafted with their mastery. It is beyond anything you could have imagined. You've seen large hills, but it's usually so heavily dense with jungle that you can't see things like this. This is a whole new landscape.
Heliodor takes a big deep breath in, just home. Long time no see. Right, come on, this way.
Chorus looks very jotted. He's like, Teleporting was her, you know.
You might need to tap Craig on the shoulder. He's just staring slack-jawed at the view right
now. I think, yeah, Heliodor probably gives like a little poke on the shoulder, like, doot doot. You right?
What?
I know, it's beautiful, right?
Before anything else can be said, he's pulled out like what looks like just these jumbles of paper and a pencil, and he just rapidly looks like he's just starting to sketch.
I hope you've got lots of paper because there's lots of pretty things.
He kind of looks around, and if he can make a facial expression, it'd be like, oh, really? What? Where?
Heliodor will look around and is looking for the entrance.
Okay. You, because you live here, you know exactly where you're going. Give me a hot second while I open something. Golly gosh, that's shit.
Come along with me, it's just up here.
It's always a hot second with you, isn't it?
Yeah, every second is a hot second when you're me.
Sort of cold second.
Okay, there you go. Because I don't have a map for this, because I'm not drawing something like that, because I'm not an insane person.
A mountain range. Yep.
You can have this nice photo. Okay, so as you're making your way across the plateau, everything, you feel so small in comparison to the landscape around you.
Ooh.
As you draw around kind of a section of rock, you see a waterfall. Not a big one, big enough that it's causing sort of a large, like, the rumbling sound of water hitting stone. Beside which, small, tucked away, is a door. A very, like, not obvious door that you only really notice as you see Heliodor beelining towards it. It's made of like a shimmering purple tinted metal. A metal that is exclusive to this section of the world, masterfully crafted to be as sturdy as the rock that surrounds it. A rare alloy known as hepatizen.
Hepatitis.
Hepatitis. That can only be found within the Stratus Summit. And it's one of the many beautiful pieces that are produced from inside the Artisan's Mountain. As you start to draw closer to the door, Chorus kind of slows and mutters to the party, you have to announce yourself upon entry. Do you go by any titles?
No.
I mean, so far the party have just called me the man who lives under a rock, so I'm...
Yeah, what are you talking about?
It's the rock man!
Trash me.
You could make something up, right?
Lie, you mean?
Sure. Surely as a fey to be, you'd have some kind of title.
I don't know. I just kind of go by Sarah.
In fact, actually, what is technically our job titles? Being in with ARDA. Would that technically not count?
You are you're called you're called appropriators. Your title is like as your job. You're an appropriator.
Could we not say we are appropriator and name afterward?
Sure. Yeah, sure. You can do that. I'd assume Heliodor has kind of stopped short of the door.
Like, started walking up and then has turned around and realised nobody's there. It's like,
ow.
You're right.
Titles. They need an announcement titles.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, Drosera could have a cool one of like Dream Guardian in Waiting, something like that.
That's
maybe.
pretty cool.
Krieg, Traveler of the Underdark, and Estella. Favored of the Mercantile.
Oh,
Eh?
that's interesting.
Oh, you are, so it makes sense.
I guess so.
How's that sound? Sorry, I'm good at making them up on the spot.
It makes you sound more official. If you get my drift. I'm not saying you're not important.
I'm not important.
I'd kind of disagree with that one.
Yeah, I do.
Don't say that about yourself.
Important fighter who holds the key. Character.
Oh, wait.
Technically,
Drosera.
Drosera, you do go by a title.
Oh.
Huh?
Drosera does go by a title.
Which title?
Well, you could ask your dad.
I'm gonna ring my dad.
I'm gonna ring my dad.
Yeah.
Daddy,
Dad, what's my
what is my
title?
title?
Am I a princess?
I put it in your whispers.
Okay.
This is what you're told that your official title is.
Ooh,
I mean, Drosera-
That's a cool title. That's very long.
You could be Brewer of Teas.
Brewer of teas.
Brewer of Tea.
I'm gonna write this down.
That's
And
so cool.
as you draw closer to the door, there is a sort of a small latch that opens up on the front of it. You see a pair of green eyes kind of staring out, and you hear, "Name."
Master Duke Heliodor, Bismuth, Brooklyn, Orion, Carnelian, Feldspar, forger of the new craft, member of the High Matriarch's House, Feldspar, jewelers of the Stratus Summit, and finest crafters of the Asus Ridge.
Alright, and the door opens, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind it.
And Heliodor looks back and kind of does like you got a vibe that he had like quite a stoic face as he did that. He turns around and gives kind of a dumb smile and 2 thumbs up, like, "Come on!" And heads in. Oh, and as he goes in, says, "Oh, they're with me."
The door still slams closed as Heliodor goes in, and the latch opens again. Title.
Drosera, Guardian Blade of the Whisper Fields, Eye of the Unconscious World.
Kind of squints,
Fucking wow.
and then the door opens. He stays with you.
Nailed it. Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Wasn't talking to you.
Oh, sorry.
And Drosera gets let indoors, and then the door shuts again, slams shut. And it slides open again. Name and/or title.
Krieg, World Seer of Shur.
Of what?
Shur.
Right, alright. And the door opens.
He's a sightseer, so it's like he wants to see the world.
I bet. You sound man. Yeah.
Alright, alright. He said he's with you. Alright, alright. The door slams shut again. This seems like a needless process, but he seems to be actively doing it. As if, like, this is his thing, and that's why he's doing it.
Listen, I'm the one who opens the door. I will open and close it as much as I fucking will, please.
Chorus stands next to Estella and kind of gives them a smile, like, you're next. And the door the latch opens. Name and or title.
Fancy title letters in the sky. They just put Estella, the favorite of the merchant, silent bard.
The eyes kind of widen a little bit. He doesn't say anything, but the door opens.
Thank you. Okay.
And you're let indoors. And then another slam. This seems like it's stupid, but he's doing it.
There's a lot of slamming.
And you can hear from the other side of the door. You can hear him stuttering, like struggling to get the words out.
You could do it.
Chorus imitos of the syndicate government under the surveillance and application and of right of General Sylvanus Wolfbane. And there's a kind of a, oh, it's you. And the door opens, and he is let inside. And the door slams again, and he goes, name and title. And you notice that Thumb is still stood outside.
Oh!
Oh no!
Thumb can do palms, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thumb should be fine.
You
Look,
know,
we don't know
come
what
up
he's
with a
going to
title.
say.
you notice Thumb signing. He definitely signs his name.
Thumb.
It's like letter by letter signs name. And he just doesn't give a title. He's just Thumb.
That's my boy.
And like you now that you can see him as your eyes kind of adjust to the dark, you can see this short ginger-haired dwarf, with a beard that splits down the center into sort of two plaits that are kind of tied together at the bottom. Bright green eyes, kind of freckled face. Looks behind him behind his shoulder at you. Is this Thumb with you?
It's very young.
What the fuck is it?
It's Thumb.
Thumb.
I think that's the best I can give you.
The little mushroom.
Alright. The door kind of doesn't open as dramatically as it has done. It just kind of creaks open a bit, and Thumb waddles in and looks up at you and gives you a thumbs up.
Heliodor, I think in palms says to Thumb, walk with swagger. You know, walk with swagger because you deserve this.
He kind of adjusts his little bow tie, and he straightens up a little bit. He's like, okay.
Very nice. Right, this way down the hall, and you'll get to see the best sight. Well, I think the best sight ever to see.
So as you're walking down, I'd like everyone to make me a perception check, please.
Oh God. Oh shit! 17. I'll be back in a sec.
18 plus 6.
Yum.
24.
11.
Yummy.
11?
Yummy. So 2 11s, 18 plus 6, and then 17. So 24 grand. Thumb rolled a 2. Okay, good.
Doing great.
Thumb is more focused on trying to look swag as he's waltzing down the hallway with you lot. Mare takes up the entirety of this hallway. Mare is huge and behind Heliodor. There is a long kind of entranceway, tall and about 3 people wide. More so 3 dwarves wide. With a stunning hand-carved relief that lines both walls. And as you're walking, the more perceptive of you notice it before it's kind of pointed out. But you see as follows. There are 3 dwarves of varying appearances and heritages, a man, a woman, and someone of indistinguishable gender, all mining into the side of a mountain, all carrying mining equipment. There is the relief of the mountain that you've just stepped into. It has a humanoid figure curled up inside it with their hands on their knees. They have their eyes closed as if they're sleeping. As the 3 miners are cracking into the stone, the figure inside the mountain wakes up and emerges from a hole in the top of the mountain that the miners have made. The 3 miners look surprised, and the one sleeping figure stands before them. They are much larger than the dwarves, significantly larger, and covered in these intricate tattoos with a bald head. The large figure points up to the sky, to the clouds, and then looks like they're crying. The dwarves surround the figure, offering what looks like materials that they've mined out and contraptions that they've made, and the large figure offers the mountain and its bounty. So what looks like gems and metals and bars inside, in exchange for help. They kneel to the dwarves with their hands together as if they're begging for their assistance. The dwarves present a large round object to the figure, who stands inside it, and the relief seems to depict the giant figure lifting up into the sky and riding the round object into the clouds. The next is a very large image of giant arms wrapped around each side of the mountain, from both sides, protecting it from arrows and magic and a variety of different things that seem to be trying to harm the mountain and the dwarves. And inside the mountain, the dwarves amass a pool of jewels and gems and money into the round object that had once saved this giant figure, that then raises into the sky through a hole in the top of the mountain. It is beautifully carved. It looks as though it has taken decades, if not centuries, to make this to the quality that it is. And as you're kind of observing this story as it is told along the walls, beyond that, lining a grand entranceway, is hundreds of crests depicting different very fine crafts. Anywhere from alchemy to armourers, jewelers to bakers, tinkers to shipwrights. Each one is represented masterfully in stone, gilded in fine metals. They are so sort of delicate in how they've been carved in. It almost looks as though they are paintings upon the wall rather than stone carving. And as you make your way through, you can see one that's being made currently. There is a dwarven woman who is hard at work with a tiny chisel, carving out of the stone what looks like kind of the silhouette so far of a bear.
I think Heliodor sees that and has the biggest fucking shit-eating grin, like, yes!
Finally!
Oh, and decades of work! Yes!
And I need to open up your next map for you guys. This one. Okay. And as you enter, the city is not violet or purple, as the name would suggest. Instead, giant kind of crystalline structures that line the roof of the expansive cavern glow brightly and shimmer with an intense green hue. Drosera, as you step into this chamber, you get the same feeling you get when you walk into your own domain. It's almost as if you're being welcomed into a phase realm. Almost like you can feel somebody watching you. And Estella, as you walk in, you get a wholehearted sense of coming home.
Wow.
Two very different vibes going on here.
This feels very nice.
I can feel the worms under my skin.
That's nice.
I think Heliodor will turn round and very proudly spread his arms and say, "Welcome to the city of Violet Gold. Best city in the Asus Ridge."
Not very violet or gold.
No. The gold is the wealth that we hew, and the violet is a reference to what it used to look like.
Ah.
All of this, and points to all of the crystalline structures that line crystals that line the wall. All of this is amethyst, but it's been turned green.
How long ago did it turn green?
Oh, many centuries, possibly thousands of years ago. Yeah, it's been like this for a while, and it's honestly beautiful. It's my favourite. Oh.
The city itself is bustling with noise and music. It's held up by giant, intricately carved pillars of stone. The one mostly noticeable thing is that there is a giant hole in the ceiling of the cavern. A beam of light at its center from the roof that kind of envelops the cavern in light. Lights of lanterns flicker orange light amongst the glimmering green, and everything down to the tiles below your feet is a work of art.
Oh, I like this place.
Hey, thought you mate. Right. Now, I think I need to find someone to take us to your accommodations.
Chorus will kind of poke his nose in and say, I have to state my business with the council before I'm allowed to do anything.
We need to go do that. Oh, damn.
I will, just before, but as you walk in, I'll say, no, it's pretty fucking obvious. You don't need to roll for that. The most notable thing is the gigantic statue of a feminine figure with the head bowed, carved out of the stone on the far side of the cavern, holding up a magnificent balcony-led building. If you'd like to, you can roll me a religion check.
Go on then.
I am ignorant.
Karik, honey, you don't have any understanding of religion at any given point, so don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
no, that's why I went. I am ignorant.
A 5.
I assume I don't need to
You know
do
what
that.
it is.
Yeah.
I've got a 2, so yeah.
You've never seen a physical depiction of her, so you would not know. It's a feminine figure with 6 arms. Each arm seems to be doing something different, though the top 2 seem to be holding this building up. Heliodor, you know this is the World Weaver. The beginning, the end, and the in-between. She is the creator of Sith and everything that happens on Sith. She made the Titans. She was the beginning of everything.
The first and best crafter.
And she seems to be what this place worships. Given that this easily 100-foot tall statue is sat in like the center of the far end of the cavern. The Artisan's Market, as you walk in, which you can look down upon from this this sort of taller segment, is in full swing. Seems bustling with pretty much exclusively dwarves. There are lots of dwarves. Wow. You've never seen so many in one place. Given that this was considered to be the final stronghold of the dwarves, it makes sense. But at that point, actually, I'm going to end the session.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck you, Heliodor.
Toby,
Take a moment to appreciate the fucking map, because Jesus fucking Christ.
Toby, can I just point one thing out that I think I've already found? Why is there a fucking Among Us sus in the middle of
I'm glad you found him.
Where? Sorry?
Excuse me?
Okay, look where we are, and then 2 buildings up, there's the square and the roof. In the middle of that little
oh my god.
I was out looking at the whole thing. I came in and I was like, is that someone stood in the window?
Among Us. Right, for those people who may not be able to see it on stream, there he is.
Everything nice I fucking said about you.
Tiny Among Us.
I love him.
You did this giant map with such detail and all this shit, and you added a fucking Among Us character to it.
Yeah.
Oh, for
I
fuck.
think it's perfect.
I am so glad I spotted that almost right off the fucking back.
It's beautiful.
I got carpal tunnel from making this map, so you guys better fucking appreciate it.
Well, I was about to say, but I take it all back.
All right.
Oh, how dare.
I just want to appreciate as well how quickly you noticed that.
Yeah, that was
impressive. Else, Toby?
Sorry?
Any other Easter eggs?
Oh no, that's the only one. He's the only Among Us. I'm sorry.
But it is very good. It is.
Yeah. It is.
It's the statue of the World Weaver.
It was the fact that I was zoomed out. I was looking at the whole thing. I seen the square with the tiny little thing, and I was like, "That isn't." Oh no, that's a fucking Among Us.
Bum, 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 bum.
I had to put him in there somewhere because I was at that point. I was going fucking insane drawing buildings.
But
I
don't understand why.
Thank you guys for coming to this session. We've had a lot of people on stream today.
Woo!
Babies.
But we will get back to exploring this beautiful city, hopefully next week. Because I've actually planned it in advance, because I'm not going to be able to this weekend, so rip.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so thank you guys for coming. We'll hopefully see you again same time next week.
Jawohl. Oh shit.
Yeah. Thanks for coming and watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.